Scorpio, this is not a warning. This is confirmation. Everything you stayed silent about, everything you endured without explaining yourself, everything that felt unfair and unanswered, God saw it all. You didn't fight back because you trusted something higher, and now that trust is about to be rewarded. The balance is already shifting. The people who thought they won by hurting you are about to face a truth they can't escape. What's coming next will shock you, not because it's cruel, but because it's perfectly timed. Stay with me, because once this starts, nothing can stop it. Scorpio, this message is finding you at a powerful moment in your life. You are not someone who speaks without meaning, and you are not someone who suffers loudly. You carry pain in silence, strength in your soul, and truth in your energy. While others reacted, you waited. While others tried to control the outcome, you trusted God's timing. That choice is now creating a shift you can feel, but may not fully understand yet. The universe is responding to everything you endured without complaint. What's unfolding now is not punishment, it's divine balance, and it's happening for you. Scorpio's silent suffering and unseen pain. Scorpio, you are one of the few signs who can be deeply hurt and still choose silence over chaos. You didn't speak up every time you were wronged. You didn't explain yourself to people who had already decided not to understand you. Instead, you carried the weight quietly. The betrayal, the disrespect, the moments where you were treated unfairly and left questioning your own worth. Others may have mistaken your silence for weakness, but it was never that. It was strength under control. You saw the truth long before others did, yet you stayed composed. You let people reveal who they really were without interrupting the process. That patience cost you emotionally, but it also protected your soul. What many don't realize is that every time you chose peace over reaction, you shifted the balance in your favor. You didn't lose. You invested your pain into something higher. And now, that silent endurance is about to speak louder than any argument ever could. Divine justice, God, never misses a detail. Scorpio, one thing you must understand now is this. Nothing you went through was ignored. Not a single lie spoken behind your back. Not a single moment where you were treated unfairly while trying to do the right thing. God does not operate on noise or drama. God operates on truth, intention, and timing. And while it may have felt like nothing was happening, everything was being recorded. Divine justice does not rush, but it is exact. It sees beyond appearances and excuses. The people who wronged you may have looked confident on the outside, but inwardly, the weight of their actions has already begun pressing on them. What they avoided emotionally, they cannot avoid spiritually. You were tested not to break you, but to prove your character. And now the balance is shifting, because the lesson has been learned. God never allows pain without purpose, and God never forgets who stayed honest when it was easier to become bitter. What's unfolding now isn't revenge, it's correction, and it will arrive in ways no one can deny or escape. The balance begins. What is shifting right now? Scorpio, the shift you're sensing right now is real. It's not anxiety, and it's not imagination. It's the moment when energy begins to correct itself. Situations that once felt frozen are starting to move. Conversations that were avoided are coming back around. Truths that were hidden are finding their way to the surface, not because you forced them, but because balance demands it. You may notice people acting differently toward you. Some are suddenly quieter. Others are unexpectedly reaching out, trying to reconnect or explain themselves. This isn't coincidence. This is the universe recalibrating what was thrown out of alignment. What once benefited others at your expense is no longer sustainable. Right now, you don't need to chase answers or confront anyone. Your role is to stay grounded and observant. The more calm you remain, the clearer everything becomes. The balance doesn't require your reaction. It requires your presence. What's important to understand is this. Once balance begins, it cannot be reversed. Excuses lose power. Manipulation stops working. The truth carries its own weight. You are standing at the point where patience turns into proof. What unfolds next will show you why you were asked to wait, why you were protected from acting too soon, and why silence was your strongest move. The scale is tipping now, and it's doing so in your favor. The shocking truth, what they never expected. Scorpio, here is the truth that will surprise everyone, especially those who underestimated you. The people who thought they had control never expected consequences to arrive quietly. They believed silence meant weakness. They believed time would bury what they did. But time didn't bury the truth. It sharpened it. What's unfolding now is not loud or dramatic, but it is undeniable. The very things they used to dismiss you are becoming the reasons they feel exposed. Their confidence is slipping because they can no longer outrun what they set in motion. Situations are turning against them without you lifting a finger. Conversations are happening without your involvement. Doors are closing where they once felt safe. This is the shock. Not punishment, but realization. They are beginning to understand what they lost when they chose ego over honesty and control over respect. Meanwhile, you are standing steady, unchanged, watching the truth reveal itself naturally. You were never meant to prove anything. Your life is doing that for you now. And the most powerful part, this balance didn't require your anger, your explanation, or your defense. It required your patience. And that patience is now rewriting the outcome in ways no one anticipated. Scorpio's role, what to do and what to avoid. Scorpio, as everything begins to balance, your role is simple but powerful. This is not the moment to explain yourself, defend your past, or reopen old wounds. You don't need to prove that you were right. The truth is already doing that work for you. Stay centered. Stay observant. What you should do now is protect your energy. Choose peace over reaction. Trust your intuition more than outside opinions, because right now your instincts are sharper than ever. Focus on your growth, your healing, and the future you are quietly building. What you must avoid is being pulled back into old dynamics. Don't revisit conversations that already showed you who someone truly was. Don't seek closure from people who only understand consequences. And most importantly, don't let satisfaction turn into bitterness. Your strength has always been knowing when to hold power and when to release it. This phase rewards maturity, not emotion. The more composed you remain, the clearer the outcome becomes. Balance doesn't need your interference, it needs your alignment. Scorpio, this is the message meant to stay with you after the video ends. Nothing you went through was wasted. Every moment of restraint, every time you chose dignity over reaction, every tear you held back, it all mattered. God does not test strength to abandon it. God tests strength to elevate it. And now, what was once heavy is being lifted in ways you didn't expect. You are entering a phase where peace replaces pressure and clarity replaces confusion. The balance unfolding around you is not something you need to manage. It's something you were prepared for. Trust that what's leaving your life is doing so for a reason. And what's returning is coming back, transformed. You are protected, guided, and far more supported than you realize. As this chapter closes, remember who you became through it. You didn't lose yourself. You refined yourself. And what comes next will reflect that growth. If this message resonated with you, type I. Trust God's timing in the comments. Like this video to align with this energy, and subscribe for more Scorpio guidance. Stay grounded and stay fightful. Your balance is already in motion.